Wi-Fi. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Selena?
Somebody got a TV on or something?
That would be me. Let me turn that on.
Okay. I was like, I'm hearing some shit. That might be paranormal. No. So what's up, guys?
Same old. Just a couple
yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, well, happy. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, we got some things coming up, so I'm excited about that.
I know, right? Happy St. Patty's Day, first off. And I wanted to say, Kevin, you know, you've been pretty much blasting the hell out of some events and stuff like that, and we've got a lot of cool things going on, which we're going to talk about. But first off, how in the world did you get into the paranormal? I mean, what sparked your interest in it?
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in, like, you know, the unknown and things like that, and I would watch all the paranormal shows on TV. So, you know, I mean, I was always interested in it, but it wasn't until I moved out here in Kenner, I moved next door to Randy, and we kind of had a mutual interest in the paranormal because of Dad. We kind of, like, argue about it and stuff like that, and just kind of, like, went out on our own and tried it out for ourselves and see if it was real or not.
Yeah, you know, Randy, tell us about your little side to it, because isn't there a little skeptic side you kind of had going on with Kevin, trying to prove him wrong or whatever?
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. I didn't believe in none of that stuff at all. I thought Kevin and my dad were crazy for believing everything they'd seen on TV and whatnot, and just believing in spirits, period, because I was a total non-belief. I didn't think none of it existed. So that's how me and Kevin got together to do our first investigation, was kind of like to prove to one another, you know, I was trying to prove he was wrong, he was trying to prove he was right. So that pretty much kicked it all off.
Yeah, and obviously something must have proved that Kevin might have had something, he might have been on to something, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was the first EVP I ever got. That's what pretty much proved, you know, that I was the one who was wrong the whole time. So, yeah, I felt pretty stupid at first, but excited at the same time, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so weird because, you know, the first time I went on an investigation, you know, I didn't really have like a major thing happen to me, but that first EVP that you get, that first voice of the unknown that you get, you're like, oh man, okay, I got to go do some more. I got to find some more. This is too cool.
Oh yeah, it becomes addictive after that.
It does, right? It's almost like a damn drug. I always say that. Let's talk Deep South. Randy, tell us how that all came to pass. Like, how in the world did y'all stumble upon getting on TV?
Well, me and Kevin, like I said, after, you know, an investigation or two, like, we really, really got into it then. And we decided to go ahead and make a name for ourselves. You know, so we made up a name, which was Down South Paranormal Research. And, you know, we got a LLC, just make it legit and whatnot. You know, it's kind of hard to get in places if you're just some random guys wanting to go in there. So we made it all legit, and we started to film ourselves, and then got to the point where we got a cameraman to start filming us. And it was actually the first time the cameraman ever came with us to film us doing an investigation. It was at St. Joseph Plantation. And it was actually one of the coolest investigations to this day I've ever done. And so that he made the video and did his editing and whatnot and just made it look real good and put it online. And, I mean, it wasn't even 2 weeks after it was online, you know, we got an email, I believe. Somebody emailed Kevin. And he thought it was a joke, but it was people from Sci-Fi saying basically they love us and want to put us on TV. So Kevin thought it was a joke, and he wasn't even going to respond. And I was with him. I'm like, yeah, that's my fooling with us, but he did, and the rest is history.
Oh, well, that's exactly it. Brady's right, because, I mean, I really did think it was a joke. I mean, they emailed me like 2 or 3 times, and they were kind of persistent about it. And I'm like, if this was a joke, they really persisted on this joke. So I was like, you know, I was like, let me see what's going on, and, you know, I'll play along and see what it is. And sure, yeah, I emailed them, and they asked if we were interested in doing a show, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, why not? I mean, you know, you gonna pay me to go to these cool places and pay for my travel? Shit, hell yeah, I'm on that. You know, and you know, and I mean, they made y'all do some crazy shit though, and that's what you know, Kevin, let me ask you, I'm gonna get to Randy's crazy shit in a minute, because that's pretty out there, but Kevin, what did you have to do, or what was your like favorite place and crazy, you know, stuff that you encountered at one of your episodes on the show?
Well, I mean, my favorite place when we were doing was actually a restaurant. It was the Palmer's House in Florida, and you know, it was came and we're having all this activity in the house. You know, the son couldn't even stay in the house; he was so scared. And you know, we went out there, and then I was setting up and everything, and I was having experiences outside. You know, and you know, as we did research and all that, we found out that it was the actual home is built on a battlefield. Because we did the house, and then we went to, I think it was Ballista Battlefield. I think I'm saying that correctly. Ballista, or something like that. But yeah, I mean, that house was actually built on the battlefield. And while they were in the house, I'm setting up outside, and I'm having experiences outside of hearing things, and then I actually saw a shadow, and, you know, I went looking and tried to investigate outside while they were on inside.
Huh. It's kind of crazy, you know, when you have stuff that's actually land related, because Saturday night we had a call, and we had a person that needed our help because, and she knew it had to be the land. We go out there, we knew exactly what we were going to do. We had it all planned out, and I'm telling you, when you get to the land, and I have mediums that I work with. I have one on my team, actually. She doesn't like to be labeled that way, but that's what freaking is. And she walks over to this, both of them walk over to this location, and they both get the taste of blood in their mouth. And I'm like, what in the world? And then they're both seeing this huge Indian battle, and man, you know, I'm like, wow, I wish I could see that crap y'all are seeing. That'd be so badass, you know, because that stuff totally, like, you know, anything Native American or anything like that, you might be having to be on your toes to get rid of, you know, or appease them. You ain't going to get rid of them, but if you can appease them, you know, it would be ideal. But the land cases are really strange, and I never thought you could really feel anything outside of a house when I first started doing this. You know what I mean? I was like, there's too many elements outside, right, you know, for you to really notice or whatever. But, man, I'm telling you,
Hi, you've reached Tiffany Gager, owner of DTM Wicked Productions, LLC, and DTMWickedRadio.com. I'm unavailable at the moment, but if you please leave your name, number, and a detailed message, I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you for calling.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1.
the hell hard.
Your message, either because you were not speaking or because of a bad connection. To disconnect,
Hello?
press 1. To record your message, press 2.
I think this is a trip. Oh, what a trip.
To disconnect, press 1. To record your
What
message,
is going on?
press 2.
We on some voicemail.
I have no idea who needs to disconnect.
Are you still
I don't either.
Connect. Press 1
1
to
second.
record your
Wait,
message.
hey.
Too shocked, but you were like, what the? So,
Well, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe he was putting a frog inside of his mouth. I mean, I won't put a frog in my mouth unless it's a leg and it's deep fried. I mean, so I don't. That really took me out.
damn, you know what? And I would love to have some.
I actually just downloaded the FCD1, and I was fooling with it last night. I'm still kind of new to it, so I'm just kind of experimenting with it. But I mean, all these things are different tools that you can use. I mean, there's no. I mean, you can't really say one don't work, or it's really more about preferences on how you use these things and what's best that you can use it with. So
Right.
I mean, a lot of this stuff, I like it. When I go, I bring everything, because if something don't work, I want to try it out. Kind of do that. And like with the Echo Box, I've used the Echo Box on my tours. We've had some amazing results with that.
It's so, I'm trying, I guess, so hard to listen for stuff, and it's coming so fast that you really, to me, sometimes can't capture, or I can't capture it when it's going that fast. I have to wait until I listen to the recording, and then do it at half speed, so that I can kind of make sure what I'm hearing.
Right, and that's the thing with like these ITC devices. You
Right.
have to record it, because that's where you're going to get most of your stuff. If you're not recording it, you're missing like 80% of the stuff that's coming through. You need to record it while you're doing it, because when you do that and you go back and listen to it, that's when you're catching most of your stuff. And you can go back and you can listen to it and see what you got.
Yeah, because Justin and I did a little experiment with the SCD1 over the phone. And, of course, he's in Missouri and I'm here in Texas, and we're, of course, on the phone trying to connect with my best friend, and who I lost 3 years ago. Yeah. And we got a couple of weird kind of responses, but we couldn't hear it when you play it back. You can hear it a little bit better, and they kept repeating the blue ones. the blue one. And we're like, what the hell? And then we both realized later that we both had blue freaking shirts on that day. And we're like, what? You know, because we're trying to get Kenny to come to us, you know. He's like, go to your friend Selena, and when you play it back, it's so funny because you sound like you're on like 10 things of Valium and a beer. What you can come talk to? I'm like, oh my God, dude, and you know,
Right.
But it was really cool. Now, the Echo Box, now that I know they've done an upgrade or added some more dials to it, and I'm like, holy crap, I already problems with the other one, you know?
Right. Well, it kind of sucks because I'm an Apple guy. I like Apple. I'm an Apple guy. And the creator, he hasn't updated it for Apple. He does everything for Android. So if you have Android, you'll have to get the updated version of it.
All right. Play.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but I had to do it. I mean, we had, you know, about 1 million people watching, so I couldn't punk out, but I'm very claustrophobic. And I just thought as long as nobody was sitting on it, holding me in there, and I could just get out when I want, I'm good. But then when I tried to get out, I was stuck. For some reason, it wouldn't open, and that really, like, I was really panicking. Like, they edited some of it, but I was cussing up a storm. Like, I was freaking out.
I'm sure, because I know they'd have been going beep, 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 beep on mine because,
Yeah, that really freaked me out. But, I mean, we had so many different experiences, you know. I mean, that was by far one of the craziest. But also, you know, a lot of the crazy stuff that happened was never even caught on film, you know. Like, some of it would just be on our downtime, like even when the cameras weren't even rolling. And we'd still be investigating. You know, if something was going on, we weren't going to stop. So, like, some of our craziest stuff was all off camera. You know, I mean, I wish we'd have had some sort of backup camera rolling at all times to catch all the stuff. But I mean,
actually, some of the stuff that we actually caught didn't even make the show.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
We know how that goes. Because, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that we got, you know, when we filmed Shadows that I didn't ever see. And I was like, man, I mean, you know, me and Chip investigating was cool and all this stuff. And I was like really bummed. But that's, you know, they got to suppress it into like, you know, 44 minutes or, you know, whatever it was for an hour show, you know, with all the stupid commercials and stuff. But that's how they pay y'all, so.
Well, what really sucks, too, is having absolutely no control over what they show and how they edit it. I mean, to be totally powerless on that, I mean, it really sucks, you know. I mean, I think they did a great job at Sci-Fi, but, like, a lot of things that we would have rather certain things in over certain things they put, you know, and to not even know what the 43 minutes is going to contain until we've seen it on TV as well as everybody else. That's when we saw what they did. We had no clue until it aired on TV, so we had no idea what they were putting. And they did leave out a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I know, and it sucks. You know, we just got through, you know, we're shooting that little thing called Spirit Quest, and we just got through shooting our first thing at Sloss, and my cameraman, we're trying to do it to 23 minutes because it's easier to try to get a 30-minute slot than it is an hour, right?
Right.
And I said, well, make both, because he's like having a hell of a time over here because we got so much awesome footage that he doesn't want to cut a lot of it out, and he has to. So he's like, ugh. So that's always good when you got so much badass footage that they don't know what the hell they're going to keep and what the hell they're going to throw away. So that's always a good thing, you know?
It's a very good thing because most of the time is all that footage you have, 90% of it is nothing going on. People don't realize we're sitting in these places for hours and hours, you know, at a time with nothing happening. So that's always a good problem to have, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it is because most teams, you know, you get one shot to go in these places. You don't get to sit there for 3 days and camp out and investigate the whole time and then take the best, you know, stuff out of it. It's not like that. So we're trying to show people how it really goes on. And if we don't get nothing, guess what? We don't get nothing. But we're going to learn from each person that we're around, you know. And, I mean, personally, and, you know, Randy and I have talked about this before, he and I kind of like to go off by ourselves and talk to the spirits. And I know my reasoning, but, Randy, what's your reasoning behind going, you know, and investigating alone?
I mean, I just feel that, first of all, most people won't do it, you know, and I can understand that. But being as skeptical as I am, a lot of times I don't think anything's going to happen. But at the same time, I do feel if something's going to happen, there's more of a chance with one person, I don't feel that spirits are so intimidated. When there's 10 people around, they may be intimidated. And on top of that, when you got 10 people in a room, or even 3 or 4 people, that's 3 or 4 people making noise. So you don't know, if the EVPs are real. You don't know if somebody said something. When you're by yourself, you know exactly what's going on and exactly what noises you're making, so you know if you got something or not.
Exactly. I mean, that's my reasoning, too, because of contamination, and I do think they get intimidated, because you'll find that when you go to these public events, and I love the public events, and I love the places that we get to go, but you really can't have a true hardcore investigation because there's so many people, and it's so hard to control them sniffling or coughing or moving or kicking something on accident or turning their cameras on and off. So, I'm the same way, and I get frustrated sometimes, but, if y'all are going to Tombstone, just letting you know, you may see me and Randy, for a minute, and then you may not. So I'm just letting y'all know. But, Kevin, what was your craziest experience that you've done since you've been doing this?
Airplane, sorry.
Yep, that's all right. Nothing we can do about those.
All right. Well, I mean, actually, some of the craziest experiences that I've had wasn't even on this show. Me and Randy, we actually, we go to different places around here locally in New Orleans. And one of the spots that we went to was Holt Cemetery. It's like a poor man's cemetery. All kinds of rituals and stuff go on there. And we happened to walk in this graveyard, and they have these stones in a circle. We looked at the tree, at voodoo dolls and stuff. I'm trying to get he put that up, and he's across from the camera, and I started like an EVP session. And a few minutes go by, and all of a sudden, man, it's like, oh man, my back. Man, something. Feel something? I was like, no, I don't see nothing, hear nothing or anything. So we just kind of ignored it or whatever. And, 5 minutes later, he's like, man, look, my back's really burning. So I was like, all right, well, give me the camera. And I lifted up his shirt, and he had, scratch marks all down his back. And that right there, that's amazing to me. When something, physical happens to you, that just blows my mind on how things like that can even happen. So that was a pretty freaky moment when that happened.
Yeah, I would say so when nobody's there but you guys. That's kind of scary. Wow. So what do you guys have any plans to try and get back on TV somehow, or you got something going that you can't really talk too much about? Anything?
Well, we got a couple of things on that Oh, got a couple of things, we're working on and stuff like that. We got a couple of things we're filming here locally, but we can't really give out too much info on it. But we're working on some things, and hopefully it'll go through, and y'all will be able to see us again on TV.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I'm hoping that we're gonna, of course, work together. We have a couple of things that we're going to be hanging out at, but this huge one that we're fixing to talk about is Tombstone. How forward to this are y'all looking? Because I'm ready to already be there.
Oh yeah, I'm already packed.
You better have some boots.
Yeah.
I'm talking about putting us on horses.
Wait, horses?
Yeah. She's talking about putting us on horses because we actually, I think, got the caves and the ghost towns, and we have to get there somehow. I'm like, I'm not taking no horse to no hour-long ghost town or 20 minutes. That'd take me 2 hours.
I've never been on a horse. I don't know about all that.
Oh, dang. Oh, looky. And here's Cowgirl from Green Acres. Used to ride horses all the time. I'll show you how it's done. Shoot.
Hey, I get up on that thing. I ain't scared. I'll be like a cowgirl out there.
I'll let Kevin ride bitch on the horse behind. He can be behind me.
I'm gonna walk. Hey, I'll just walk.
So, oh my goodness. So, so the tombstone. Randy, what are you looking forward to exactly investigating there? I mean, is there like a certain spot that you have been looking forward to, or just the whole thing in general?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing in general, because, I mean, that's one of those places, you know, and a lot of times you go to places that is not too widely known, you know, it's just maybe people from that area know about it, but this is one of those places that anybody in the paranormal field knows about this place. I mean, this is one of those spots that, you know, not everybody gets to go to, you know, it's like only dreamed of. It's one of those big places, so I'm excited about the whole deal. I mean, we've never done a whole town before. Well, we did, but it wasn't as big. You know, but yeah. I'm definitely excited about it. The town we did wasn't too widely known. This one's known by everybody in the paranormal field. So,
well, you know what's
even gonna be jealous.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And if they don't get their tickets, I really hate when they're gonna see all these pictures of all these people having fun and all that. It's gonna be crazy. But you know, the thing that I'm looking forward to, and Kevin, this is where it's gonna be really cool for us, is that Steve Huff, who is, I believe, I don't know if he's the sole creator or the co-creator of SCD-1. I think he's the co-creator. But anyway, he's going to actually be there with us investigating. So who better to learn how to use the SCD-1 than from Steve Huff?
Exactly. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, he seems like a really cool guy. And from what I understand, he's really nice. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an awesome time out there.
Oh, I mean, seriously, it is. And, you know, she's got it to where, you know, you guys are going to be leading teams. I'm going to be leading teams. We've got ghost towns. We've got Doc Holidays. And not only that, but, you know, Carol and her team are going to be there, and they're going to do forensics. I mean.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. She's going to teach me how to do some forensics, too. So I'm really looking forward to that. And they're going to actually do something that I don't think I can tell y'all about it, but I'm going to hint that it's something that's never been done before, and it will never be done again, because once this is done, it's done. But it will possibly change something in history. It will either verify that a gunfight took place from inside or outside. We don't know where the first shot came from, but this is what's going to determine it. So. And they're using forensics to figure it out, which is amazing.
Forensics don't lie. Forensics don't lie at all. And that's what else is cool about these big events like this is you got all these different people in all these different fields. So every time we do an event and we meet new people, we learn new things, you know, and that's new things you can take back home and do your investigations with. So that's what else people need to think about at buy tickets. You know, it's not only you get to meet people that you wanted to meet or whatnot, you also get a lot of knowledge, you know, that you can't buy. So that's what else I'm excited about, learning new things from new people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, really cool investigators that are coming from all over the place. I'm talking they're coming from Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Virginia. I mean, we've got people coming from all over, and it's going to be really, really cool. I cannot believe we've got such a cool venue to be at, and I'm feeling honored to even be on the speaker list for it. We're going to go in and we've got the courthouse, which has never been done before. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never even investigated a courthouse. I want to investigate where all the bird cage. Kevin, what about you? What are you going to do in the bird cage? You're going to try to we're going to use Kevin as ghost bait, Randy.
You know what? I'm down for it. I'll do it. I'm down for it. I mean, I'll give it to Randy. Randy's a daredevil, and he'll go by himself. But I'm not scared to do it, so I'll do it.
Well, I don't think the little soiled doves in the bird cage would hurt you, Kevin. I think they'd probably hit on you and probably maybe even fondle you a little bit. I don't know.
I'm a short guy, but you know what? That don't mean I can't handle myself. So.
I'm excited about that. Bird cage. I'll put a feather in my hat and go chirping in that bitch. I ain't scared.
That's going to be so funny. The only thing that creeps me out about the bird cage is them freaking mannequins that sit there. I ain't scared of ghosts or nothing much else, but I tell you what, those things freak me out, man. Right. They look so creepy, you know. I'm like, damn, do they got to have those things there? But it kind of adds to the ambiance or whatever. It does.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they did say that, Carol did say that we definitely needed to wear boots, definitely no flip-flops or sandals because there's scorpions and snakes and hard rocks on your feet.
Oh, hell no. You could have not told me that, Selena.
I got you. Don't you worry about it. Just like walking down Bourbon Street.
I'm just saying, I'm not scared of those ghost demons or nothing, man, but I'm telling you, spider, snake, scorpion, I'm going to be piggybacking on somebody. I don't play that shit.
All right, I'll get my back ready, okay?
Yeah, man, do some push-ups or something.
All right, then.
Oh, damn.
I don't do spiders either. We might be jumping on Kevin.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we got that, but we got Food Hill. We got all that stuff. And there's my friend Justin's going to be there. He's got 20 years experience, research. Blaine is going to be there. Who else? I have never met Rick Hayes before, so that's going to be interesting to meet another medium. But what other events are you guys going to be at this year?
Whew, Kevin, you got to take that, man. It's too late.
Yeah, the booking agent.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got a few of them coming up. We're getting ready to go to Tyler, Texas. I think it's April 25th and the 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Then we're going to Tombstone in May. We have Mississippi and Indiana, I believe we also going to later in the year. So, I mean, that's just a few of them that, that we got going on. But, yeah, I mean.
Hey, people, while they listening, need to take advantage of that spirit cruise, too, man. Those tickets are going fast.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about that, huh? Y'all go ahead. Tell them about it, Kev.
Yeah, we also have the Spirit Cruise coming up in February 2016 here in New Orleans. We're going to actually be going on the Carnival Dream, the Carnival ship. That I'm really looking forward to. That's going to be pretty interesting, and I believe it's a 7-day cruise. We're going to where are we going, Randy?
Yeah, we're going to Mexico and Jamaica, I believe, huh?
Yeah, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Cozumel, I think, and one other. God, where is that? I can't even remember the last place, but
I think it's 2 spots in Mexico and one in Jamaica, right?
Yeah, I
like
think
Costa Maya or something like that, it might have been.
Something. Dude, I'm so excited, though. It's my first cruise. I ain't never been on no cruise, and they say that we're going to have a themed party where you dress up. I hope they don't get too crazy with that dressing up stuff. And then we're going to have a couple of places on the actual islands that we're going to that we get to investigate.
Right.
Awesome.
And they said one of them was so crazy that they actually had to sign waivers because a lot of people had a lot of weird shit happen to them from going here.
Y'all got to get ready. Y'all come down here to New Orleans. Y'all come check out that Spirit Cruise with us.
No doubt. No doubt. We got it all over each of our walls, too. And you can tell them that Kevin and Randy sent you or I or whatever. Just tell them, hell, we all three sent you and, go get you a cabin and come with us because we're going to have a blast. And the food, I hear, is badass, too. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Every time we get together.
Bring my little
you got what?
I'm going to bring my little personal stash of Tony Sashers for the food because, being from New Orleans, they don't season that food good on them boats. So it's good food, but if you're from here or from the South in general, bring you some Tony Sashers or some seasoning. Just a heads up.
We'll have to get some at port, man, before we take off on the boat because I'm just worried about, because here I am. I'm okay when we go bass fishing, okay? And then my cousins go, let's go deep sea fishing in Corpus. All right. So I paid $60-$80 for the whole day. We get out there, the boat ride's awesome and stuff. It's a gorgeous day. I'm at the front of the boat going, yeah, I'm the king of the world, whatever. And it was great when we were going up and down, but when we stopped and that boat started going side to side, I got a little green, handed off my fishing rod to my cousin and was sick the rest of the day. Just praying not to feed the fish, you know what I'm saying? Didn't want to have to show the fish. Oh yeah, it was bad. I was like, that sucks.
You know, on the cruise ship, just for anybody's information, there's these little things that they skin color. They look like circle Band-Aids. They're real small, and you put them behind your ear, and that makes you not have seasickness.
Well, I'll probably have them fucking damn things lined up behind my damn ears.
we'll get you a case of them.
I tell you what, I ain't never been that bad.
Well, this is gonna be my first time on a cruise ship too. So, I mean, I don't really get seasick, but I really don't know what to expect on the cruise ship. So this is gonna be my first time out there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I've got some. Yeah, go ahead.
All you need to expect is a groovy time.
That's exactly right. You know, my mean ass friends though, some of them that are trying to mess with me, they keep putting videos on my Facebook wall about the ship tipping over in the middle of the ocean and stuff like that happens all the time. I'm like, y'all suck. You know what? I mean, y'all really do suck.
Well,
I don't.
We'll just keep the equipment with us in the little float boats, and that way we can investigate the people that don't make it.
Like the Titanic.
Yeah.
Let's just pray that don't happen. But you know, they say we're going to have activities on the ship. We're going to have. I think we're supposed to speak. I'm not even sure how that's all working. But you know, if you look on Randy and Kevin's wall, they have all the information. You can email and get your payment plans going for that, because that's always helpful, is the payment plan thing.
Right. And that's another thing. Like, if you're trying to reach out to us, I mean, there's many ways that you can reach out to us. But main way would be Facebook. Just look us up. I mean, Kevin Betzer, Randy Hardy, or you can actually check out our Deep South Paranormal, Kevin Betzer, Randy Hardy page. So, I mean, yeah, if you're looking to reach out to us or, just talk to us, ask us questions, you can do that. I mean, we're not hard to get a hold of.
So, Randy, let's talk a little bit about equipment real quick. And I know you kind of like using yourself a little bit, just like when you go alone, but what other than, the way you feel, what piece of equipment do you like the best?
I mean, I keep it old school, I guess you could say. I mean, I just go with the classics. I mean, my favorite thing is a voice recorder, and maybe if I want to take it a step further, like a millimeter or a K2 meter, that's really it. I mean, and a camera. I mean, I keep it real simple. Like, as far as all the other gizmos and gadgets and whatnot, I mean, they're cool, and I don't have nothing against them, but I just like to keep it real simple. I mean, I could say it, Kevin knows, and Selena, I'm sure I don't really much like what they call, Kevin, the radio
spirit box. It gets on your nerves.
Yeah, spirit box and things like. I don't like those, man, because I mean, it's gonna say little words here and there, and people always think that's something that it's not. If you ask me personally, and that's my opinion, but unless you get a flat out sentence or 2 or 3 words in a row like that means something,
or a cuss word that you.
Yeah, I mean, because you're going to get little words and phrases out the ass. I mean, they're going to come through, and people in my opinion, get a little excited over nothing, So I like to keep it simple. I don't like nothing that makes noise. The only thing I like that makes noise is I have been known to use the REM pod quite a bit. So those couple things there, I just keep it real simple and use the basics.
And I know Kevin has gotten a couple of Paranologies pieces, and I wanted to ask you a little bit about what your opinion was on the PDA, the Paranormal Digital Assistant. What do you think about that stuff?
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. Plane. The plane. Okay.
Literally 5 minutes from New Orleans International. That's why it's fast.
At least they're taking off.
All
right, Kevin, go ahead.
I like all these equipment. It's like different tools, different things to, keep moving forward. I like all that. I like all the new stuff and experimenting with them and see what you can get. The PDA, I like it. It's basically a modified cell phone to where you're able to see, it's an IR camera, and I can't tell you how many times, I was like, bring the PDA, I mean, it's portable, it's small, and you're able, it's just like a portable camera. It's really small and it's always there. You can always use it. I mean, I use it all the time.
The thing that I like about it is, I mean, not only that, it records really flawlessly as far as the picture on it is just amazing, but it has, like, he has modified it for full spectrum and IR and all that stuff, and then you have not only that, but it takes up like 3 pieces of equipment in your case. It takes that away. You have your audio recorder on it. You have your your video. You can take any kind of pictures. But what the bonus is on it, what the bonus is about it is you can actually connect. You can't use it as a phone, but you can connect to any Wi-Fi and send the video directly to YouTube or Facebook or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's what's awesome. Now, he's also got a feature on there that I want to try out with you guys. It's where you have your own website and you can actually stream live, and people can actually, on that PDA, and they can actually watch your investigations, and it just is too cool. I gotta have him tell me how to do that again. Mr. Tech tries to tell me how to do that, like I'm gonna remember it. So, do you know anything about your presentation and what it's going to kind of entail when you come to Tyler? Is it going to be like a Q&A panel, or what do you guys have planned for everybody?
We've got a couple of things that we're gonna, a couple of clips that we're gonna show and stuff like that. But yeah, basically it's gonna be a Q&A and just kind of talk to the people, get to know everybody, and just show y'all some different things with some of our equipment we're gonna bring and stuff like that. It's gonna be a good time.
So, Randy, when you said you were going to come, we have Randy that is signed up for the Parafest here in Texas, but unfortunately we had to postpone it till next year, and so that way maybe Kevin can come along. But we have a couple of other places that we would like for you guys to come to. We are going to try to put together the Lost Limbs Foundation, which will be the Parafest next year, but we're going to try to put something else together, and I would really like for you guys to try, if you could, to if we can work it out, to join us. I know it's kind of tough, but we've got so much stuff going on, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys and get your take on a little bit about how everyone goes from it being possibly paranormal to automatically demonic. Randy, what do you think about that?
Honestly, that really depends on the person, if you ask me. Because there's a fine line between the two if you're really inexperienced, but if it's probably a lot easier, too, for people like yourself, who have abilities that other people don't have, but I really think it depends on the person and how much experience they have before they make that decision, because they are different, but at the same time, like I said, for the untrained person, it's really hard to tell the difference. And it just all depends on how that person feels about it.
Right. Because there's a lot of teams that are going and they're going into homes, to clients' homes, and as a team I've had my team for about 4 or 5 years now, and we do everything really by the book pretty much. And the thing that we don't do is we don't try to scare the hell out of the clients.
Right.
We try to give them peace of mind, not try to make them stress out more about what could possibly be going on in their home. But there's been a lot of problems with people watching too much of these, like The Conjuring, and I'm not bashing that because I love all these movies. But they watch this stuff and then they go, oh, I'm smelling weird stuff, or, You know, and I'm like, you sure it's not you? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the thing. It's not like the movies when you're doing these paranormal investigations. I mean, these movies, they got special effects, they got all this stuff going on, and it seems like it's, demonic and all these horrible things are happening all the time. But it's not really like that. I mean, when you do these things, I mean, no monster's going to jump out at you or anything like that, but, you gotta keep your mind together when you're doing these things.
Definitely. And that's when they attack when you are weak or when you let your guard down. If there is something that's not so happy, I have a hard time believing that there's so much demonic that everybody's claiming to have. I think they jump to it too fast.
I agree.
I think they need to, let's take the approach of, respecting the spirit and seeing what we have first before we go and say, oh, crap, well, they're throwing things, they're doing this. It's not about, them being demonic. They're just trying to get your attention most times. And if they were buttholes in life, then they're going to be a butthole in death, too. And so, that could be just a crappy attitude. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to always be demonic, and let's call the priest and, do an exorcism on folks.
I agree with you 100%. Not only that, that's why it's called investigation. If you don't investigate, that's why we investigate, to see what it is, to see if we could explain it, if we could see if it is there, find out why it's there, what's the source of it, So that's the whole point of investigating, and that's why it's called that. People need to do a little bit more of that before jumping to conclusions.
Exactly, or even sitting there and being inexperienced and telling the client, like Saturday, we just had, there was some pretty weird things going on at the house, and it was, attributed to the Native American spirit there that was not happy with some things that were happening to his property. They weren't respecting the land. But there was a team that went out before us, and I'm not going to name any names, but there was a team that went out, and they got scared and left the family. Wow. Didn't offer, for anybody else to come out, just left them like that and scared the crap out of them, because if you're a paranormal team, that's what you do. That's what you're looking for is activity. You're looking to get the crap scared out of you. I don't know about you, but, and then when you get something, an activity, and you just leave the residence and leave the family just stuck, I mean, I don't get that. Or they go and stir stuff up and piss the spirits off and then leave, and have another team clean up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, that gets me too, is people who go on investigations call themselves ghost hunters, and when something happens, they run and scream and say, oh, I'm not going back in there. Well, isn't that what you're looking for? Ain't that the reason you're doing this, is to find them things, and when you finally do, you run? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, are you freaking serious? And that's the problem that we have, is a lot of these people just watch the shows and they go, oh my God, I'm going to slap a team together. I'm not going to really do any research what I'm, the tools I'm using or where I'm going. I'm just going to go. And, and then there's these teams that, get just evidence. They just leave, and then they never do a reveal, never tell the client what they found, if anything. And it just sucks that way. And it makes it hard on the investigators who are dead serious about this field,
Yeah, that's the problem, though, is people just want to take a couple of their friends and throw a team together. Also, if you like it, but there's a lot more into it than that. You can't just take, I'm going to go with my 2 good friends or I'm going to get my 5 best friends and we're going to have a team. It don't work like that. You don't just throw shit together like that. And that's the people you don't want in your house or your place.
Yeah. And that, it's sad because a lot of people, they don't know anything about it, and then they do go to places and they stir up stuff, and then they make it worse, and the people don't know what to do. They're like, oh my God, do I call another team out and then this will happen again? I mean, what do I do at this point? And, I think that's why there needs to somehow be some sort of not a training course but I don't know, some sort of a governing something to make sure these people know what they're doing that go in these people's homes. You know, it just is kind of scary these days anyway.
No, it is. I agree with you 100% because you know how many paranormal teams came about just because watching a couple people on TV? I mean, it's amazing how many groups they got now, and most of them have no idea what they're talking about or what they're doing. And there's a way more of those than there is legitimate people who have some experience and know what they're doing and actually trying to help people. There's a lot more fake ones out there than real ones. So people need to be careful who they contact to go in their place.
Exactly. And I mean, you know, I'm so glad that you guys are going to be a part of the Tombstone event. I wish you guys could have made it to the Sloss event because it was so cool. You know, a lot of these events have drama and things going on, which I can't stand. And I know y'all can't stand it either. And the one thing that did not happen at Sloss was drama. And we actually formed like a para-family.
Right.
And it's really a cool thing. And I can't wait for you guys to blend into that family as soon as we get to Tombstone because we're all stoked about it. I mean, seriously, we are. And, you know, I want to ask both of you because we're probably about 4 minutes away. But Kevin, what location have you always wanted to go to but have not yet been able to hit as far as paranormal?
Wait, what's that?
I said, what location have you not been to yet paranormally that you want to go to so badly?
Alcatraz.
Aha, good one.
That's one I really always wanted to do. And you know, I mean, just the history behind Alcatraz. I mean, just learning that. I want to be there. I want to learn about it. And I'd stay there all night just investigating it.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to go for that too.
That's definitely one that I really want to do.
All right, Randy, what about you? What's one of your dream locations you want to hit?
Madame Dauphine Lola Reeves Mansion in the French Quarter.
Really?
Number one definitely, absolutely, because nobody's ever done it, and it's been called by many in magazines and whatnot the most haunted location in the world. It's been called, but we know it's the most haunted, at least in New Orleans or in Louisiana, and nobody's ever done it. Nicolas Cage owned it for a while, and he did a piece in the Times-Picayune, which is a local paper, saying that he could not sleep in there, validating what everybody thought, you know, because of the stuff that went on there. I mean, if you just go look at the backstory behind it, you know, you saw some of it if you watched American Horror Story. I think it was season 3.
Yeah.
You saw somewhat of the story, but if you really dig deep, you know, just Google the story of what happened there and the things that go on. And I even personally know some people that know other people that take care of the place when the owner's gone and whatnot. And it's crazy. My uncles did work on the roof, and everybody has a story, even if they step foot in the house for 5 minutes. So I would love to get in that place.
Oh, man, that sounds so cool. And, yeah, I remember being in NOLA and walking from the edge of the French Quarter all the way to the freaking Garden District to see the outside of the freaking Coven home. And I'm like, are you serious? We can't even go in. We walked this whole freaking way. Oh, my God. That wasn't like 3 blocks, fool, you know?
Right.
That was crazy. But anyway, suggestions for people when they go to New Orleans, where do they want to go? Besides Pink Street Pub in Metairie, okay?
Oh, you know that's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. So, you know I'm going to give it a plug. Shoot.
Right.
So where do y'all suggest everybody go when we come down to New Orleans?
There's a little place down in the French Quarter. If you're down in the French Quarter, Jimmy J's. It's a little cafe. And you should definitely check that out. They got some awesome burgers there, awesome po' boys. So, yeah, if you're down here in the French Quarter in New Orleans, Jimmy J's, check that out.
Okay.
And also, just the French Quarter alone, of course you got to go there. But if you're looking somewhere a little more classy to eat, called the Court of Two Sisters, it's been there since the early 1800s. Best food you're going to get down there as far as somewhere classy to eat, you know, barbecue shrimp and whatnot. But I could do this for days, tell you where to go. But just to throw two is that one, and while you're in the French Quarter, just shoot on down and see St. Louis #1 where Marie Laveau's buried, and check out her grave.
Oh yeah, that was so cool. And you know, Nicolas Cage's like pyramid thing was there. I got some pictures. I'll have to post them again for everybody that's listening. But we are out of time, and I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Always.
And I'm going to see you guys at the investigation in Tyler. I won't be there during the day. And at Tombstone, which that is going to be freaking amazing. So I look forward to seeing you guys here soon.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a blast. Looking forward.
All right. Well, you guys look up Randy and Kevin on their pages. Go to, is it Down South Paranormal Research page or is it Deep South Paranormal?
Well, we have a public page for Deep South Paranormal, Kevin Betts and Randy Hardy. You can check that one out. Or you can check out our local Louisiana, which is Down South Paranormal Research. Or you could just check on Facebook for our names, Kevin Betts and Randy Hardy.
All right. You guys, thanks so much, and I will see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you, Selena.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. And I wanted to make a couple of announcements real quick. Next week, I'm going to have Jeremy Leonard on, and he will be also at Tombstone. He's got a couple of things he's going to be talking about that's going to be really interesting, so don't miss out. We have a couple of announcements as far as events. The Ozarks Phenomenon in Springfield, Missouri is going on March 28th. Get your tickets. Go to Ozarks Phenomenon Facebook page, and the ticket link will be there. History, Haunts, and Legends in Jefferson, Texas. They also have a Facebook page. Look that up. Get your tickets for that. It's April the 11th. Tyler Paracon in Tyler, Texas, April 25th. Tombstone event by Darkside Entertainment. There is a page, Haunting at Tombstone, on Facebook. That's where the ticket link is. Go check it out. May 1st through the 3rd. Phenomenon in York, Pennsylvania, June 18th through the 21st. Supernatural Expo in Louisville, Texas, July 18th. And last but not least, the Gulf Coast Paracon. That will be September 27th in Biloxi, Mississippi. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Again, next week, Jeremy Leonard. Until then, everybody have a great week. Peace out.